Welcome to Midnight Expressions. Not quite midnight yet. It's only about 7:30 and my dog, little puppy, wants me to go to sleep. But I wanted to share with you a card, fellow card makers. Now this is not my design. I got it from someone else, but I love it. And it can be used with a variety of different stamps, different styles, whatever you like. You know, you might like more contemporary, you might like more traditional. It's entirely up to you. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this one. And the unique thing about this, let me show you the inside first. The beauty of it is the way, the technique in how it's made. So there it is. That's beautiful. And this is my class I'm going to be doing at the end of the month for some ladies. And this is just a backup class, so after you've done them with me, you can have this to refer to if you want to try and do it again at home on your own. Okay, so there we go. I love cardinals. Oh, I just love cardinals. I should have been born. I should live on the East Coast. There's so many over there, and on the West Coast we have blue jays, and they look identical except one's red and one's blue. And I just love the cardinals. Anyway, so let's get started before I run out of time. What I used. Now these are Stampin' Up. Just so you know, these are Stampin' Up stamps. Again, you can use any stamps you have, any stamps you want, anything. Okay, that's really not so important. In this case, I'm using this one because that's what it was with. So on that one, on this one, we're using this here. It's like a pine tree limb. We're using the saying here, and we're using the saying up here. Okay, and on this one, there's two of them that I'm using. This one here is the cardinal, beautiful cardinal sitting on a branch, and an extra branch. Okay, that's what we're using. Set those aside. We're also going to be using a tombow, a red one, bright red, as red as you can get. We'll be doing the outlines of the paper of the books and things. And I went ahead and I pre-cut everything. So we have a black card, we have a red card, and we have some white cards. The red will go onto the black with just a tiny little border around it. Just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch of the border, black border around the red. Okay, so that's for that. And then the white will fit on the inside. It goes in a little bit further, about 1/4 of an inch inside. So it'll fit in more like so. Okay, got it? Oops, there you go. So in the measurements, I'm just going to share them. Hopefully you can read my writing, and you can pause it and look at it, and you can even do a print image on your thing, which is, I think, Shift, and then the print key at the top right hand side of your computer keyboard should be there, and that will save an image to your clipboard, and then you can copy and paste that to wherever you want, whatever kind of graphic thing you have, so you can keep it and read it. Okay, and you can refer to it later. So, again, sorry about my handwriting, but basically you just stair-step it down in sizing. So, we're going to start with the red, with the white paper, and I'm going to flip this down, the camera down, so that you can see what I am doing. Get all my other stuff out of the way. Okay, here we go. There she goes. I'm going to flip it around. Now, hopefully, you should still be able to see this. Get you situated so you can see good. And I've got to scoot in a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to start with stamping. And we'll start with the cardinal first. There's the cardinal. Cute, cute, cute. I'm going to put him on his little, on the black, right there on this little block. I'm going to use the inks I like to use for the bird is going to be just a black memento. Tuxedo, it's called Tuxedo Memento. Okay, do it this way. I think it's this way. Tuxedo Memento. I'm kind of working upside down here, so bear with me. Okay. I want to make sure I got it on everything. Remember, do not get it on the outside edge like I just did. Don't get it along the edges. Oh, I did pretty good, actually. Okay, so check it. Yep, I got it on there. Now I'm going to, hopefully you can see. Yeah, let me have my thing to reference to. We're going to put her kind of right about here. Okay, and there she is. Beautiful. Love that stamp. Love it. Okay, next one. We'll do the Christmas wishes. This one. Oops, there it is. Christmas wishes. Okay, we're going to put it on here. I better put it on more straight. A little bit straighter. A little bit. A wee bit. Now, I do have another stamp coming. For those who are more PC correct, I like Christmas wishes. But I have one coming. I bought it on eBay, and it says Season's Greetings, and basically the same size it looks like, appears to be. Hopefully it is. I'm just going to put that Christmas wishes right there. Ta-da! Then, I know I'm moving a little fast here, but that's important because I don't want to run out of time. So often I have to redo these videos because I run out of time. I get to jibber-jabbering and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. We're going to use the green. We're going to use an olive green. In this case, I'm using Stampin' Up. And you don't have to use Stampin' Up, but if you have a green, use it. And we're going to use this just for the little limbs. Okay, so I'm just going to do that, and I think I'm going to slip a piece of paper under it, another piece under it, just in case it goes over, because I know it will go over. And we're going to start by putting just a little bit down here on this side. Okay. Now I got maybe a little too much ink on that one, but live and learn, right? Okay, so now we're going to go. Yeah. Okay, up here we're going to come up on this side and just do a little more. Turn it maybe a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's good. A little heavy on that green, I'm afraid, but it's going to be underneath and this is why we're doing this class. I want you to see it's going to be underneath this, which is just a dryer sheet that's been all crumpled up and used. A used dryer sheet. Okay, and then you cut it in half. Not long ways, but halfway, so that you have about the same size as your card. Now we're going to use our little Tombow, the red, and we're going to just put on some of these berries, just barely, just kind of touch it on there. It only needs a smidgen, doesn't need much. If you had time, you could use a glitter. A red glitter, which I think I did on one of them. I know I did it on the inside of this card. I used a glitter glue, and that's fine if you have the time. In my classes, I don't have time for that stuff to dry, and there are other kind of shimmery things you can use. Okay, so that's that. Now let me grab a yellow. Sorry, Rusty. Kitty cat's in here with me. I'll try this one. We just need a yellow beak. Okay. And then we're going to really hit this bird with the red. I wanted to have time for the black to dry a little bit before I started painting him. Him or her, I can't really tell biologically which way this one is, but it really doesn't matter, does it? So, almost done with it. Try and stay in the lines if you can. If not, it's okay because it's homemade, right? Homemade should have some variation. So if they're too perfect and it looks like you just walked in the store and bought it, what's the point of that, huh? I'm going to do the little leggies too in the little bit of yellow. They really won't show too much because it's going to be all covered up. Okay, now we're going to take our what am I thinking of? Bounce. It's a bounce. It doesn't have to be bounce, but it's a dryer sheet. And I'm going to take this and use it as scrap paper, and I'm just going to lay it down. I'm going to lay it down inside my basket of goodies here, my waste basket, which needs to be emptied out very soon. But it's I'm going to lay this bounce sheet of dryer sheet. I'm going to lay it down. I'm using this glue, Elmer's glue. It's just a bonding glue. I'm just going to shake it. Don't want to breathe this stuff in ever. But I'm just laying it down. It's an easy way to spray it. If you have a box, use a box. And as I said before, put a scrap paper down in the box. I used all my boxes up, unfortunately. So all I've got is this technique here. Okay. Now, I'm going to pick it up with some pliers. Not pliers, tweezers. Now, I'm going to carefully try to, oops, now it's real sticky. It is real sticky. I'm going to try to lay it down. Now, it's better, the more wrinkles this thing has, the better off it is. So, just so you should know. You don't want it unwrinkled. You want it lots of wrinkles. Just kind of tap it down. Now we're going to flip it over. And the way I do this, now you could just cut those corners off. And that's another way. Here, let's just do that. That'll be easier. Scissors, and we'll just clip these little corners off. Hopefully you can see. Let's do first one here, just so you can see what I'm doing. Just cut off the corner. Clip off that corner. Straight across. And all you do is fold it down. Fold it down onto the back. Okay, and there you go. How pretty is that? Now we're going to put the card together. Well, let's see. At least that's part. Let's do the inside. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp this. So we're going to use this stamp. Take this one off. Okay, I've got that one ready. And I have these little cards. Now, these look like books. And it's from Spellbinders, and it looks like books. And I guess you just say under dies and Spellbinder, just type in books and you'll probably find it. Spellbinders has wonderful dies in that they are very sturdy. I think that would be the word I would use. Nice and sturdy dies. Okay. Here we go. And it doesn't matter, there's not really an up or a top or a bottom on these. And maybe, no, they're really the same on both sides. So the main thing is just try and get it. Oh, I think I put it more on one side. Okay, we're going to put it on this side. That's good. And we've got one more stamp here. It's this one, this little guy. It's just part of a branch. And we're going to stamp it as well with the same black, easy peasy. This memento die, this black memento die tuxedo, I use it for everything. Absolutely everything. We're just going to go like this. There it is. And take that one off. And as soon as I'm done here, I will be cleaning those up. We're just going to put some red berries on this. Hope you can see. Just coloring a few red berries. Again, when I do this, I usually use the glitter glue in red because it really stands out nicely. And then you have to let it lay overnight. So I'll probably do that after I put the card together, so you can see it. So here I just use cardstock. This is at clearbags.com is where I get my cardstock. It's I think 80 pound which is a nice weight. It could be heavier than that. You can get heavier stuff. Up to you. Okay, so let's start with the front part. And we'll put the black on first. The black sheet goes first. And since really very little of it's going to show, if you wanted to, and I'm not wasting time with it right now because I'm doing a class. Normally though, I like to conserve paper, so normally I would cut out with another die, a smaller square, so that I could use it for another card. Because this is going to be 99% covered up. And you want just a little bit of the white to show. Not too much, not too little. It's almost there. Okay, there's the black. Here comes the red. I love this ATG glider. It's a tape dispenser. I like it because it's quick and easy and always full of tape. You never run out. It seems like you never run out and sell them. The other thing I do with that glider tape thing is when I do finish a roll of tape, I keep the paper, the wax paper that's rolled up, I keep that. And the reason I do that is because you can use that for your glue dots. You just lay it out with a piece of tape, lay parts of it out with a piece of tape, attach it, and then put your glue on it. Just drop glue on it and let it dry, and then that becomes glue drops. And you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on glue drops. Okay, there's that part. Nice, huh? Isn't that cute? Ta-da! Oops, this way. Ta-da! Now we're going to do the inside. So we're going to use, on this one, we're going to actually use the Tombow again. On this card, on the inside, the white cardstock, because white on white, it's not going to be anything. But if you just go around the edge with the red, carefully, very carefully. You don't want to accidentally hit it like that. Now that I said that, watch me do it. Okay. Just a nice little, just a little professional little edge there. Okay, that looks good. And I did not bump any of these up. I did not do any bump ups at all. All I did is this. And you could bump up. If you like to do that, you certainly can. I've got bump ups. I call them bump ups. They're adhesive squares. Adhesive foam squares, I think is the technical term. Okay, there's that. Then we're going to use this. Now remember, these have they have a top side and a bottom side when you cut them. There's just a little teeny tiny bit of embossing on this side. So we're going to use that side. I'm just going to do this, set it right in the center. That's about right. And then we have one more here, the one that we put the little words on. Just gonna put a little one in the middle and two on each side, one on each side of the tape. And there we go. And there's one more little thing I like to add. I have a little teeny tiny, and I cut these out, they are so small, so small. Let's see, I don't know if this will even fit. No, it's too big. So I'm going to have to cut one of these, just a little tiny piece of this little, let's see if there's enough. Yeah, you know, instead I'm just going to use glue. Put glue on it. I think on my last video I mentioned tiny bottles of glue. I went ahead and took it out and filled it. Again, the only downside to these is they can end up with getting from the pin that you put in the top, they can get rusty. The glue itself gets a little rusty, so don't put it way down inside, just barely in there. Okay, so that's the inside of the card. That's, whoops, just a little bit. Now, you can get some really nice stars at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's or one of these, and I'll be looking for some of those. These I just cut out with my cutter. They're a little wonky, not so great, but there you are. So isn't that a lovely, lovely card? I just think that's beautiful. It's one of my favorites for Christmas. And here's an example on this one real quickly. This one here is and I couldn't find any more of them. I had them at one time. This little star that's done on actually plastic with gold. It's real pretty. It was purchased from one of the stores. I think it was from a store that went defunct. It's no longer there. But so however you want to do a star, you know, it's up to you. Anyway, I think it's beautiful. So back to this. Oops. Hi, there you are. Hi. I'm looking up. That's not good. Whoa! Oh my word. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. So I hope you enjoyed the class, minus the little whoop-de-doo at the end. Someday I'll figure out how to edit these things, and we won't have to keep that in there. Lordy. Okay, well, ta-ta. Enjoy. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Bye.